Hey guys, it's Duanne, and I hope that you've had a wonderful week. This week, let's see what happened. I did a photo shoot for Toys R Us. I'm not even joking. It was not like I was a 10-year-old on a bicycle, but it was like I was an adult on a bicycle. I don't know if they sell adult bicycles at Toys R Us, but I guess they do. And they gave me a helmet, and I literally rode a bicycle back and forth. Rode it for 5 feet, backed up. Rode it for 5 feet, backed up, so that the photographer would get a shot of me like mid-ride. So that was really fun. I did that this week. I also had an audition for a Garnier commercial, so I'm praying that I get that. That would be wonderful. So today is Saturday morning. I spent like an hour reading last night, which was lovely. Actually, last night and then waking up this morning, I like dove right back into this book. If you watched last week's vlog, I shared a little snippet of it with you, and I'm going to do it again because I read this one part and I was like, oh my goodness, I need to share that with you guys. If you have this book, please turn to page 50. And we shall begin after this motorcycle drives by. Okay, you are loved massively, ferociously, unconditionally. The universe is totally freaking out about how awesome you are. It's got you wrapped in a warm gorilla hug of adoration. It wants to give you everything you desire. It wants you to be happy. It wants you to see what it sees in you. You are perfect. To think anything less is as pointless as a river thinking that it's got too many curves, or that it moves too slowly, or that its rapids are too rapid. Says who? You're on a journey with no defined beginning, middle, or end. There are no wrong twists and turns. There is just being. And your job is to be as you can be. This is why you're here. To shy away from who you truly are would leave the world you-less. You are the only you there is and ever will be. I repeat, you are the only you there is and ever will be. Do not deny the world its one and only chance to bask in your brilliance. It's funny because we know that, but I don't know, reading that last night, it was just like such a lovely thing to hear and just a reminder of that. And spiraling down those thoughts of how much of an individual we are. Each of us is from different parents, have different siblings, or don't have any siblings. The experiences of our family life, the home that we grew up in, the hometown that we grew up in, where we've traveled to, all the foods that we like, we don't like. It's just like every little thing is just so different between every single one of us. Like we could both be walking down the same street, but like even if our environments are somewhat similar, the way that we're perceiving things and thinking about things and taking things in is so different. Every little minuscule thing of like how we were raised, our environment, our thoughts, everything is what makes us who we are. And each one of us, even the billions that there are of us, we are all different. And I think that that's just such a wonderful, exciting thing. In turn, not only is it a reminder about how special and amazing and unique you are, it's also a reminder that whatever you do and put time into doing, whether it's like creating a video for YouTube or taking pictures or painting something, being a teacher and teaching a class, and whatever it is that it is, you will do that thing in a completely different way than anybody else will because you're you. Like you're going to be a wonderful teacher because you are going to uniquely move your students in a way that no other teacher can move their students because they're not you. If I've used the word special, unique, you, individual a billion times in the last couple minutes, I'm so sorry. You as an individual are so unique and special. So remember that. Okay, moving on. So good news and bad news. Most of you know that I found this camera at an estate sale and it came with a bunch of things. It came with this 45mm 2.8 lens and 4 other lenses, and I'm not even joking. One 50mm lens, 2.8 80mm lens, 2.8 55mm lens, and a macro 80mm lens. This guy, and the handle, which is awesome because it's a pretty heavy camera. So the bad news is I have a roll in here that I've been shooting on, and just this morning when I was like looking at this stuff and reading the manual and like learn about all the extra goodies, I was like, uh-oh, I have been using my camera wrong, using the wrong knob to set my shutter speeds, and a bunch of other little things that I had been doing wrong while reading the manual. So now I'm on picture 13 and there's only, I think, 15 in this roll. So I'm pretty like 90% sure that none of these photos will come out from my first roll. I will definitely go out and take those photos, those last few photos, and get this roll developed so I can share with you and see if anything comes out. If nothing comes out, there's probably gonna be a sad face emoji. So the rest of this vlog will be shot tomorrow because it is Super Bowl Sunday and we're gonna have a couple friends over. So hopefully you enjoy it and come along.
I was up to Doug multiple times, he dismisses it. Wouldn't red wine soaked brownies be delicious? I told you this 2 Christmases in a row, and you were like, I don't know. And I was like, no. You bake a pan of brownies, just to, you underbake them just a little bit, and then you pour red wine all over them, and then you soak them in the fridge for a night, and then you eat them the next day.
See, this is like...
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds nasty.
This is the first time you...
I highly disagree with you.
I think if you're gonna do that, turn it into a...
Yeah, it's gonna be like a brownie, like a
frosting. Make a red wine frosting. And put that on top of bread.
Everything you're saying is good. All of it.
Definitely don't soak your brownies in red wine. That's disgusting.
Straight up red wine. I once heard a story, this is kind of switching gears a little bit, but red wine's still involved. I once heard a story about a friend who was at like the Ritz or some hotel in Manhattan, and Meryl Streep was there in the restaurant, and she was eating with a bunch of her friends, and she said Meryl Streep went up and ordered a giant wheel of the most expensive blue cheese on the menu and asked them to scoop out the middle and pour red wine in the middle of this giant wheel of blue cheese, and then gave everyone bread rolls to break up, and they all dipped their bread in this blue cheese red wine slurry.
That sounds amazing.
Wow.
I hope that you have an amazing rest of your week, and remember, in the wise words of Jen Sincero, you are the only you there is and ever will be. Okay? Okay. I love you, and I'll see you next week.